All right, welcome. My name is Ken. This is 60-minute yin class. We'll be using a few props during this class. If you have a strap, you could also use a shirt or a blanket. That would work fine. A cushion. This is a nice little yoga cushion. Or if you have a couch cushion, that would work just fine. Then the other prop is a blanket. You could also use a big bath towel as the blanket. The way we'll start is we're actually going to start on our bellies. So you can move, no need to use a prop. We're just going to come right down onto belly, stack hands, and just place forehead on the back of hands. You can wiggle hips back and forth. Just settling in. For me, I find that my feet sometimes cramp a little bit when the toenails are down. And so it's okay to just curl toes under and just be comfortable here to start. Take a bigger breath in, and as your belly pushes down against your mat, you feel a little rising through your back and your hips. And on exhale, there's just a relaxation and a settling down. If you're still feeling a little bit tight through your hips, just wiggle your hips side to side. And relax in for a few minutes here, or a few moments. Keeping your breath just a little deeper than a normal breath. Relax jaw. And just bring your right ear down towards the back of your hands. Relax your shoulders. And lifting your head up, we'll just go left ear down towards back of hands. Then bringing your forehead back, return it to the back of your hands. Draw right knee just up alongside your body towards your right elbow. It's like a half frog. position. And just try to relax your pelvis down, relax your hip. This is great for your sacroiliac joint. It's just pushing that joint back together. If it feels a little tight, you just take in a deeper breath. Now, keeping your right knee where it is, we'll add a side stretch along the left side. So you move chest and shoulders over towards the right. It's really like your right elbow is moving towards right knee. And just positioning your head. It could be forehead on the back of hands or maybe left ear down. You get even more of a stretch here if you reach left arm out and over. As long as that doesn't pinch through the left shoulder. This is an excellent moment for a deep breath here. One more breath. You can just straighten that right leg out. Bring chest back to center. Forehead on the back of hands. We'll work the other side. So just draw that left knee up towards left elbow. No side stretch yet. This is specifically for the left hip. Relaxing left hip. In particular, right along the joint, the sacroiliac joint, right where the left hip comes close to the sacrum, the lowest part of your spine. We'll add a side stretch. So you're moving chest over to the left. So just left elbow towards left knee. And only if it feels good in that right shoulder can you reach the right arm out. If that pinches through shoulder, you just keep that arm in a bit, right arm. Now, one more breath here. Straighten left leg out. Coming back to center with chest. And bring hands under shoulders. Actually, yeah, bring hands under shoulders just enough so you can lift chest up. Sphinx pose. Forearms on your mat, palms down. Just allow belly to press down on mat. Here we're shortening the low back and the lumbar spine. Relax your glutes, your butt muscles. Relax legs. Now pull chest forward a bit as you bring chest down. Hands under shoulders. Working our way up towards tabletop. Just press down. Pull belly in as you rise up. Knees underneath hips, wrists right underneath shoulders. A couple of cat cows. On inhale, you drop belly. This is cow pose. Hips up, shoulders up, looking up. Exhale, cat pose. Round spine towards ceiling. Draw belly in. Do that a few times on your own. Just belly down as you breathe in. Spine and belly up on exhale. One more cat cow. It usually feels good to activate through the low back a bit. And just reach your right leg out. Just straight out behind you, toes flexing towards shin. Keeping hips nice and level. And then we'll just take the left foot over to the right, off your mat. This is another side stretch. Just peeking over left shoulder. Drawing belly in towards spine. This will actually help stretch along that right side. We'll come back to center. Let's just bring that right knee back underneath right hip. Then left leg, other side. Just reaching straight back, trying to keep hips level. So we're not really lifting that left hip up. It's just hips nice and level. Swing left foot over to the right. Peeking around left shoulder. Belly drawn in as you bring left knee back. Now, shoulder stretch here as we working our way back towards a child's pose, but before we get to child's pose, let's just bring left arm underneath. And if you can bring that left shoulder down, your head down, you bring it down. It may be that you can't quite get all the way down. Let's say if the shoulder's tight and you're just, in that case, you're just reaching the left arm over just to get what stretch you can that's comfortable. And working back to tabletop. And let's get that right arm underneath. This side, maybe it's a little different than the other. If you can get that shoulder all the way down and head down, you do. Or maybe that doesn't quite happen. Just where is it that this feels good in that right shoulder? Come on up. And we'll just settle in just for a few moments in child's pose, and then we'll get off the knees. Knees wide, hands reaching forward with this traction out through shoulders as you sit back and then down. And in this child's pose, let's take 5 long, slow, deep breaths. back up into tabletop. Now bring knees together, curl toes under. If you can, you sit on heels. If that's a little too much to have toes curled under, you could uncurl toes. We'll just do a couple of shoulder shrugs. Arms alongside body. Let's bring shoulders up towards ears. Drag shoulder blades back and down. Yeah, just a few, and then we'll get off. Well, now we'll get off the knees right after we do a few shoulder shrugs. Good. Now, a seated position, so uncurl toes. And we'll sit down. We'll do a nice little hamstring stretch here. A separate leg stretch. So bring right leg out, left foot to the inside of right leg. If this left knee is off the floor at all, just prop it up. You can prop it up with a blanket or a cushion. Now grab right leg. Let's rotate this right thigh inward so toes are pointing towards ceiling. Turn and face right leg. Lift chest. Let's come on down. We'll do this pose. We'll do a full 2 minutes. So no need to hurry here. Give your body plenty of time to settle in. As you feel a softening in the back of the right leg, you can lean forward just a little bit more, going to that next level or that next place of resistance. See if you can breathe into that and get that to let go a bit. For the last 30 seconds, you could round spine. And then work your way up. We'll switch legs. Left leg out. Right foot to the inside of left leg. Optionally propping that right knee up. Really just want to forget about the right knee. We're not even paying attention to it. Left leg, you grab the thigh and just rotate in. So toes are pointing towards ceiling. And it's really like you're kind of moving the flesh of your butt cheek out a little bit. So your sit bone, that left sit bone is just nice and firm and even on your mat. Fold or tilt forward. Don't start out rounding spine. That'll be the last 30 seconds of this 2-minute stretch. And the idea really is to make this stretch an easy stretch. So if it hurts, back off a bit. Don't quite go so aggressive. Last 30 seconds, rounding spine, forehead, just floating down towards leg. All right, then rise on up. So I'm going to sit so you can see this, but it'll be a little bit of a seated spinal twist here, but we're going to do it in a specific way. So if the hamstrings are a little tighter, for me to straighten my legs out means I need to, and I'll exaggerate even more, it's like I have to round in my low back. If I bend my knees a bit, I can keep my pelvis stacked. And this is a better place to twist from versus twisting with a round spine. So you can take blanket, or I'll just use a cushion here just to support the legs. So it's not really so much of a hamstring stretch. I know it can be a hamstring stretch, but that's not really the focus of this particular pose. Really want to try to keep this pelvis tilted forward a bit. And we'll just take right hand on the floor behind, and then left hand can be just on the outside of your right knee. So the best you can, we're just trying to twist along a straight spine, lifting up through the crown of head. Using hand on leg and the hand behind you as just some leverage here to twist. And make this last breath a big breath, just maximizing the expansion of rib cage to help open up side body. We'll come back to center. If you feel like you collapse in your low back at all, just get that idea that you're really trying to be as straight in your spine as you can. Maybe even just a little bit of a lumbar curve. I don't have much here, but kind of like a little curve in your low back, not curving out. And we'll take left hand, the opposite hand on the floor, behind, and right hand on left knee. and back to center. Now we'll lie back in a pose called running brook. You need a cushion and blanket. Now the trick to this is how much to fold this blanket up. So, and you don't really know until you try. So you just roll it up, kind of like a Tootsie Roll. And we're going to place it on the mat. And then the bolster or the cushion sideways on mat. And just like water running over rocks, your body is the water. We're going to lie back, and that blanket, it should land like more towards, let's say, the bottom tip of your shoulder blade, so that your shoulders come down onto mat. So we don't want the shoulders to be up, because there's no way you can relax if your shoulders are up off the mat. And how high this Tootsie Roll is, it really depends. So if you're more on the flexible side, you might need, actually, it may be, some of you might need like a cushion, like your cushion underneath, because you have, I don't have that, but you might have that much flexibility. If this hurts, then through the chest or your back, then you need less of a Tootsie Roll underneath. They can each reach arms straight out to the side. Doesn't really matter so much with your legs. The cushion is there just to support legs. Is like a simple chest opener and shoulder opener. You can enhance the chest and shoulder opener with cactus arms, where you just bend elbows at 90 degrees. This pose will hold just a little bit longer. In fact, from this point, we'll hold it for 2 more minutes. So it gives you lots of time to open up through chest and your back. Slow, deep breath in, just expanding through chest and belly. Slow exhale out, relaxing against blanket and cushion and your mat. Just about 15 more seconds here. Now draw belly down towards spine. This actually will help to support your back as you roll over onto right side. Let's just come off the props. You might even move the blanket up so it's a pillow underneath your head. Pull knees in towards chest. And left hand pushes down. Let's come on up. All right, come on to hands and knees. A little bit of hip work here. So let's actually bring right foot forward. This is a lunge. Pressing hips down and forward towards right heel. And to get the inside of the right leg into groin, lizard, where you just bring hands to the inside of that right leg. And we're just pressing down and forward. Some of you might come all the way down onto forearms. That feels like it's too much. You just stay up on hands. Press down with left toenail, left big toenail. Chest is moving forward. Pyramid, kneeling pyramid. This is just a pass-through pose. So we're going to lift hips up and then just press hips back towards left heel. That takes the pressure off the inner leg. Then come forward enough for pigeon. And we'll do this where we come all the way down on the right hip. So you just walk your right foot to the left. Come all the way down onto right hip. If you prefer to do another version of pigeon, that's fine. For this class, all the way on right hip, and you just line right thigh up with the outside of your right mat. Right knee, as long as it's no greater than 90 degrees, maybe pull that shin in. And extend chest straight out over thigh. Cushion is nearby. You can place that on right on the front of the right shin. Gives you a little bit of leverage to pull forward and also something to place your left forearm on, or maybe both forearms. Add a twist to your pigeon, where you're just turning belly button towards the right thigh. Still, chest is moving out over thigh as you turn, just towards the right. We'll come out of that. Working our way over towards the other side. So you can just pull that right foot in, push up, and it's coming back into tabletop position. And you can feel it right here in this tabletop position, just how right hip feels different than left hip. A step left foot forward. Pressing hips down and forward towards left heel. And working in to lizard pose, with hands to the inside of the left foot. If the floor seems like it's quite far away, that cushion would come in handy here. Just forearms on the cushion. Just opening up through that left inner leg. Now pass through kneeling pyramid. Push yourself up and just pressing hips back towards right heel. Come forward just a bit so you can work your way towards pigeon. Left foot over to the right. Come on down onto left hip. Bolster right along shin. And this right leg, it really depends how much of a stretch you want through this inner right leg. If it feels like it's too much, you bring right knee up. Or just reaching that right leg straight back. Pull chest forward. This is a good place to meditate on just how it feels, or meditate on wherever you feel the intensity. Enhancing that meditation by taking in a slow, deep breath and feeling like an expansion or just like a liveliness into that area of intensity. You might even feel a relaxation. Adding a twist here, just twisting pigeon, turning belly. It's almost like you're moving your belly button along that left thigh. One more breath here. This time coming out of this side, just roll onto the left hip and we'll swing right leg forward. Both legs forward. All right, so this is where you'll need bolster and the strap. This is a spinal twist. And the strap option, actually, it's a really nice opening through a leg, and it just enhances a side stretch in the twist. So you take the bolster, and we'll start on, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to start on right hip here. So you start on the hip, and the bolster comes against the right thigh and the right hip. Now the strap, the way this will be used, well, you can't really see that very well. I'm just gonna flip this real quick. Actually, not that way. So my back is to you, but you take the strap and you just put it on the bottom of foot. And I'll turn back as I get you into this. But the twist is you're reaching chest out over the bolster. And as you do that, you just reach down and you're grabbing the strap. And then if you pull that foot a bit behind you and then up, it's a tremendous stretch right along that top thigh and hip flexor. And you're just allowing your belly to press against the bolster. That really does most of the work of opening up through the spine. This is a pose of relaxation. A deep breath here, just to help expand, open up your body as you open up ribs and lungs. All right, let's just give this just another 15 seconds. You let go of the strap behind you, stacking knees on top of each other. And palms down right on alongside the bolster. Push yourself up. And we're just going to rotate. Let's just get right to the other side. So left hip down or whatever the opposite side is for you. If you like that strap, it's just around the top foot. Bolster against thigh and hip. Extending out. Turning your belly button and chest down towards the bolster. Just however much stretch you want to get. And then pulling on the strap, you're just pulling back and then a bit up. You can walk hands down towards strap. With slow, deep breaths. Staying in the pose. Just allowing your body to melt. Peaceful. Relaxed. One more minute here. Oh, one more deep breath. Stacking knees on top of each other. Push on up. A few more minutes left here for Shavasana. You can use bolster, maybe blanket as a pillow. And as you come on down, especially just after having done that spinal twist, as you work your way towards Shavasana, just grab knees and squeeze knees in towards chest. Extending legs out just over the bolster. Palms towards ceiling. Relaxing arms, hips. feet and legs. Let's take in just another one of those deeper breaths. Such an important tool to bring awareness to the body and actually some relaxation to mind, body, and spirit. Just delighting in this moment. You can move fingers and toes. Rolling your knees in and out. And grab knees, squeeze knees in towards chest. And roll over onto whatever side feels good for you. Push up into a seated position. Bring arms alongside body. Thumbs pointing out towards the side. Inhaling, reach out and up. Palms together up overhead. And then thumbs, hands, right down to center of chest. Take a look at fingertips or close eyes. Give yourself a breath of honor, gratitude. Appreciate that you were able to practice yoga, taking this time for yourself. Namaste.